Hi, welcome to the Pam Goodwin Show. How would you like to learn how to go from making $10,000 in your business to $10 million? I know I would. Our next guest started out as a low-paid hairdresser to support her young daughters and did whatever it did to create her own business. And after blood, sweat, and tears, mixed with cheap mascara, she went on to create not one, but two $10 million companies. We're going to watch a quick video right now of our next guest.
Now, the good news is you are the cause of everything that's great in your life, and you are the cause of everything in your life.
Your money spending is a sabotage mechanism that keeps you from your greatness, so it keeps you being small.
The bad news is you get to see what you caused in your life.
So right now you're playing safe. You see, you're afraid, and you're thinking fear leads you to believe that where you are right now is a safe place. Today is the day that you get to decide who I'm going to be. Your past does not dictate your future. Your past does not dictate your future. I promise.
Wow, look at that. Very good. Welcome, Susie Carder, to the show.
Thank you so much. So excited. I've got chills watching that. I'm like, oh, it's so amazing.
I know. I'm sure you're looking forward to being back on stage and having that. I wanted to, let you know, we actually have, I looked it up, 25 mutual friends on Facebook. And surprisingly, I've been following you for a long time. I know you're the profit coach, and so excited to talk to you today and getting people to stop thinking small and how to make money. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, and I'm excited to pour into your audience. This is a juicy topic. We all need it. We all want to know more about it. So I like to make it fun. I always say math is money and money is fun. Nobody likes to do the math, but we all like the benefit of the money.
That's true. I would love for you to just tell us about yourself and how did you go from being a hairdresser to where you are today?
Absolutely. Well, I would like to say it was divine, right? Because I didn't really have a strategy in the beginning. In the beginning, I was a hairdresser. I found myself as a single mom raising two little girls and with no alimony, no child support. My picker was off, girl. And I realized that I had to do something different to get something different. I didn't look at how do I provide for my children. My children became my why. And I realized early on that 15% of our financial success is based on our technical ability. The other 85% is what I work with clients with, empowering their profit, right? Looking at your sales, your marketing, your operations, and your finance department. It's looking at that strategy inside of your business. I had to figure it out for myself, right? I do have my PhD. You didn't say that in the bio, and that is my public high school diploma. So I always say that I can do it, you can do it, right? It took a lot of time learning the skill sets, learning what I needed to do to focus on the financial well-being. A lot of us focus on that vocation, that technical ability, and that's great. You have to be amazing at your technical ability, but the 85%, we can grow your sales quicker, faster. So I just became a student of business. If I needed to learn something, right, I would get a book and I'd get my book and I'd read the book and I'd implement it the next day. And then Paul Mitchell found me. I was doing about $250,000 a year, 3 days a week as a hairdresser. Paul Mitchell found me and said, can you teach our salons and spas how to do this? I'm like, sure. I don't know how to do that, but I'll do it. And I really started coming from helping my tribe and supporting my tribe. And that grew into a multi-million-dollar training and development company, which we sold 15 years later to one of the largest publishers in the world. They're a $400 billion company. And so I've been a student of Michael Gerber's for years and looking at systems and strategy, and just did that with every business that I've started, right? I've started 10 companies, two $10 million companies, is creating the system so that I can help my team produce extraordinary results. So it's been this journey of up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But along the way, I wanted to share with my students. I wanted to teach them everything I was learning the hard way, because back in the day, I'm a little seasoned, Pam. People weren't teaching the business side, right? People weren't teaching. I feel like it was like behind the black curtain. Like, I want to show you what's behind the black curtain. I want to show you what people aren't talking about. I want to show you the money. I want to talk about money. I want to make money a dignified conversation. I want to make pricing a dignified conversation. I want to help people leverage their wealth, build their wealth, because that's why we're all entrepreneurs, right? We came into being an entrepreneur to have freedom, to have financial resources. And the scary part is 88% of small businesses are doing less than $100,000 a year. Pam, we can go get a job and make more than that.
Right.
Only 1.7% of small businesses make $1 million. I am the millionaire maker. I'm a game changer. I want to debunk the myth that no, you can't do it and it's hard. It's not hard. You're making it too hard. Let's make it fun.
You are my kind of woman. I am glad. I know, because you know, there's so many women out there and women entrepreneurs succeeding, and 50% of us in the world. And, you know, sometimes we have a hard time with the money, either getting the money, how to have the value of the money. But I'd like to go back, and I find that interesting as a hairdresser working with Paul Mitchell, when they asked you, you know, to help their salons. Can you give us some tidbits on how you did help that salon early on, or some information on how do we get started on, you know, making money and going from $10,000 to $10 million? Because I've seen your speeches where you say $1 million is easy to make. Let's make it.
Right.
I know that was a lot of information, but
we're making it way too hard, right? It starts with a plan. So what I did with my accounts, right, and why I wrote the book, look, it's my tabs, because I'm always in my own book going, what did I say to do? Where do I need to go? Is you start with a plan. And the plan, a lot of times we just start and we jump. Now, I'm a creative, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm Sparkle Squirrel. You know? So I understand it. But the plan will allow us to see, is this a financially viable plan? So really looking at, create the plan, get it out of your head, because a lot of times it's just in our head. I need to get it out of your head so that we can look at it on paper and go, oh, well, who is the ideal qualified client? See, I think especially now with social media and the internet, we're getting a lot of fans. Fans don't pay the bills. Qualified clients pay the bills. When I say is qualified, one is their demographic, psychographic matches with what you want. The biggest thing is they can afford to swipe the card and pay for your product and services. We're not fishing in the right ponds. We're fishing in ponds that our clients can't even afford us. They may love and adore you, but they can't write that check, right? Who writes checks? But they can't swipe that card. So that's really important to get clear on how much money do they make, but more importantly, how much disposable income or how much money are they spending on your product or service. As a hairdresser, I realized early on, I have to find business women because they're the ones making money. They're the ones spending the money. Where do I go find those? I'm like, corporations, that's where they all work. So I went and did lunch and learns. Pam, I didn't know how to speak. That was horrible. I was awful. But what I did know is how to make women beautiful. I knew how to work on their inside and their outside, and people fell in love with me. And so the first time I spoke, not knowing how to speak, I closed 5 clients. I thought that was really exciting because the average client value for me was worth $2,000 a year. So I was just like cha-ching back in the day. Now my average client is worth way more than that, but it starts with knowing the data. And a lot of us want to stick our head in the sand. We don't want to put a budget together. We don't want to look at it. We don't want to know, although we all want to make more money. Well, you can't not know. We have to know. We need to really look at, where am I at? Where am I going? What is my financial projection? What should I be charging? See, Pam, we go like this. We go, oh, well, how much does Pam charge? How much does Susie charge? How much does Bill charge? How much does Natalie charge? And then we go, okay, Pam charges $5,000. Susie charges $20,000. Bill charges $4,000. I'm going to charge $1,900.
Right.
And that has nothing to do with, one, the value, and 2, your overhead. I think pricing, we get caught up in dollar and competitive analysis, which is important to do competitive analysis, but we don't know if their business is dysfunctional. Like if their business is dysfunction, then I just set my pricing based on somebody else's dysfunction. Let's get really clear what that number is for you. And what do you need to charge? And you're paying for my expertise. You're not paying for my time, right? You're paying for my 25 years in business, right? You're paying for the results that I've helped clients create. I've created them for myself, right? And I'm willing to share, here's what I did right, but more importantly, here's what I did wrong. I think having people, coaches, business consultants, strategists, being more transparent. Like, nobody wants to just hear from your mountaintop. They want to hear from when you were in the darkest days, what did you do? When you lost it all, when you didn't do it right, when you got sued, what do we do then? Let's talk about that stuff. To me, that's where the juice is, right? That's why in my book, I put lots of case studies, because I want you to see you're not alone. It is lonely as an entrepreneur. Like, sometimes I feel like, is anybody else feeling like a ding dong? Is anybody else going through this challenge, whatever this challenge is? Community is key when you're growing a business, and the right community that's going to support you, that's going to help leverage you, that's going to lift you up when you're falling down. Like, that's power and powerful.
I love that. And especially as women entrepreneurs, and, we go through that roller coaster of business. And you talked about the challenges. I read that you were in a serious car accident that threatened your life and instantly took away from your business. And then you took time away from surgery. And I know that, recently happened to me last year, being diagnosed with breast cancer in 2019 and chemo all last year. How to be prepared, but, prepared for when you own your business, when those challenges come up. Can you tell us about how, behind the scenes of what happened and how it impacted your business?
Absolutely. Before I tell you this, they weren't all my fault. I've not only had one car accident, I've had 10.
What?
10.
10?
10. This last car accident, I had neck surgery, back surgery. Look, after my back surgery, they gave me this walker, and they're like, okay, we don't know how long you're going to be in this walker, and this could be your life. I'm like, no, this does not have a walker.
Wow.
I think your mind is a powerful thing, right? But it was a traumatic accident because I was so heavily sedated, right? That I was on 10 pain pills a day, a morphine patch, and I was still trying to work. My partner finally said, Susie, you need to take care of your health and well-being because you're not making sense. And I was nervous. Because, my business, I felt like I'd set it up correctly, but you still think it relies on you. What I learned in that time, Pam, because I set my business up on cement, a really solid foundation. My business grew by 30% by getting me out of the business. Now, it was a little bit of a slap in the face for my ego, but it was amazing kudos for my business acumen. I was like, okay, I did set this up right. And you don't ever know until something takes you out. Like you with breast cancer, it's like, did I set up a job or did I set up a business? And a job means you have to be in that business every single day for the business to work, right? If you set it up as a business, you have to look at, how do I delegate the stuff that needs to be delegated? How do systems to me are like breadcrumb trails, right? Can somebody else come in and do the job that you were doing if something happens to you? Heaven forbid, right? I didn't want to be in that situation, but I found myself in that situation. And early on, one of my first car accidents, I got ran over by a dually truck and broke my leg, bruised my ribs, and I was down for 1 week. Not because of choice, but because I had to go back to work because my business wasn't set up that way. I had to literally work on a hair cutting chair with my leg raised, right, sitting on a bar while I'm cutting clients' hair, coloring their hair, right, and then scooting my little chair to wash their hair, and then scooting my chair back in excruciating pain. And so that taught me a huge lesson. And so by the time I had this last car accident, which I'm not having any more, Pam, I'm releasing that karma, whatever I needed to learn, I've learned, it's done, it's complete.
10's your number, 10's your stopping number.
10's the number, right? So, but I also knew that our body, I have to take care of me, right? And that it really taught me that as well. As an entrepreneur, I've got to take care of me because I'm the engine. And if you don't take care of your engine, like you're discovering, I've got to take care of me first to continue to the work I'm supposed to do in the world. I believe, Pam, that my gift from God is my life. my gift back to God is what I do with my life. And so we have to take care of you, Pam. We have to make you the priority so you can keep doing this amazing work in the world, that you can keep contributing and bringing entrepreneurs, amazing experts to share with them, right? That's your gift. And so if your vehicle, if your body is run down and you can't do that work, then game changer. And then really looking at protecting your asset. You are the most important asset, right? Most of us are underinsured. We don't have money in the bank. Right. That's why, to me, financial wealth is so important, is let's set you up. So if, God forbid, you have to take time, whether it's a family issue, whether it's a health issue, right, whether it's a business crisis like we've all been in this last year with COVID, like that took a lot of businesses out. Right. I've set up my businesses to have that financial reserve, to put that money aside, right, I save 40% of my income, right? The average, when you look at what should you do, you should have 20% in savings, 30% in play stuff, free cash flow, and then 50% inside for your bills and life, not lifestyle, but your bills, your car, your house, your insurances, those kinds of things. So instead of me spending 30% on lifestyle, I'm like, why don't I just take more of that money and save it? Right, because I've been in that financial hardship in my past, and that does not feel good. And it's all strategy. I think that's the thing we need to look at, Pam, is what strategy do you need to put in place, right, so that your life works and that you're not held hostage by clients, by a job, right, by economy, by what somebody else does, to go, I want to be in charge of that. And as an entrepreneur, I learned early on, if I don't make any money, I don't get paid. If I make a lot of money, I get paid. And I love that. I love the freedom of that. I love that nobody's dictating when I get a raise or when I don't get a raise. I'm the boss of that. And if I need to make more money, I need to figure out another strategy to do a referral program or increase my prices or go find new clients. Like, it is really fun when you really start to leverage this conversation.
I love all of that information. I really learned, what you were talking about as far as self-care, having your systems, a strategy, all of those S's that make you successful is key. And, you're a wealth of information, but I would love to find out some of those hidden profit gold mines that are sitting right underneath your nose that you can share with our audience.
Absolutely. So I want you to look at, like, if you get the book, you want to go to page 257, right? It's our base price worksheet. The base price worksheet shows you what you have to charge, like, no kidding, because we all have a challenge in this. That 90% of entrepreneurs are undercharging for what their services are. So when I know what I have to charge, then I don't feel guilty, or I'm like, well, I have to charge this in order for my business to work. So that's one. Is what is my base price need to be? The second thing I want you to look at is, the chapter is called Math is Money, Money is Fun. It's chapter 8. And we're going to look at what we call your cash calculator. This tells me how many qualified leads I need inside of my business to be profitable. Because again, we might be getting leads into your business, but they're not qualified. They can't swipe that credit card. They can't come to you and earn that business, right? So I want you to look at, wow, do you need 200 qualified leads to close 20 people? That's the normal ratio, 10 to 1. So you need 10 customers to close 1 customer, and 10 qualified customers, meaning they could buy, but maybe they're not ready to buy. And when you realize that, it's just a numbers game. It's just a numbers game. And then play the game to go, oh, if I only talk to 5 people, well, of course I'm not going to close 1 customer, because I need to talk to 10. And 10 who have money to pay me, 10 who are looking for my service, because they will come back around, right? I'll have clients that may come to my event. We have this Big Money Business Summit 3 times a year. We have a sales explosion, a growth explosion, a profit explosion. And they may wait 3-4 times before they're ready to jump into a program. Well, that's perfect, because I know it's an opportunity. It's cyclical. We need to build trust. We need to build rapport. Now, I'm going to give you some juicy. Okay. So in our sales chapter, I learned this strategy 20 years ago. And on page 199, it's called our stair step questions. If you suck at selling, you want to get the book just for this. You can close a $900 product or a $100,000 product. It's my script I've been using for 20 years. You want this script. Follow the script. Don't change the script. Don't modify the script. Follow the script. I close clients every single month by using this script. I open it, I look at it, because we're salespeople. We like to talk, right? Or you're an entrepreneur, you like to talk. You need to stop talking. You need to ask more questions. So this takes the client from here, confusion, right? I'm confused, and get them here to either the yes or the no. No's fine too. No to me just means maybe not right now. So what else do we need to offer them? So those are 3 strategies: the stair step questions that finds the need, filled the need, the base price worksheet, and the cash calculator. Like, again, systems just give you clarity, because when you know more, you'll make better business decisions, right? When we're just in this abyss of trying to chase money, that never works. Let's get really clear. What do we have to do? What must we do? And then what am I willing to do, right? What am I willing to do? Are you willing to have hard conversations? Are you willing to look at your finances? Are you willing to play the game? I just make business a game, because then it's fun. I used to hate sales, Pam. Hated it. I would get so wound up and make myself so tired because I was so scared to talk to strangers.
Oh, how funny.
Right? That I would literally call a client and then I have to go take a nap because I wiped myself out. My mental chatter in my own head, I would just tire myself out. So I'm like, I got to find a better way to do this, because this is exhausting.
Yeah.
And that's my sales script on page 199, because that was a game changer. Like, follow the script. Follow the script and you'll get to the yes, or you'll get to the no, or you'll get to the opportunity. Juicy.
I love all that information, and I have found out myself when I'm teaching, how to invest in commercial real estate. People are like, Pam, why are you sharing all of your knowledge and golden nuggets with me on exactly what you did? And I'm telling them, probably I do, because I know 99% of the people tell me that they want to be wealthy and financially free. But there's only a small percentage of people in the world that really take action. Do you find that same thing? And the other thing I wanted to ask you is, you find it valuable, collaborating and finding strategic partners. I wanted you to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, so let's talk about that one first. Game changer, right? So you want to look for partners, right? You've heard it being called JV partners, affiliate partners, and let me just kind of break it down. A joint venture partner is truly a partner, right? It's not a one and done. They're looking at, you're in complement with their product or service. You're not in competition with their product and service. Meaning what I have, and I'm going to support what you're selling your clients, and you're going to support what I'm selling your clients. So that's a joint venture. Those could be an annual contract. I have one that I've been working with for 10 years. Like, it's just a partnership. An affiliate will be a one and done, right? They may market a product or an event or a show, or it's reciprocal. You're going to do it for them, they're going to do it for you, but you're not doing it all the time, not like your joint venture partnership. My launch year in this business, so I launched this business 3 years ago, right? Started with no database. I was running Lisa Nichols' company, and so we took that company from 30,000 to 10 million. And so when I left that organization, I was the president and COO. I had no database. My social media following was really limited because I was building that organization. I wasn't building my own organization. And I found myself like, okay, well, I got to get this going, because I need, I'm going to build a business. So our launch year, we did 1.3 million in our launch year. Wow. And how did I do that? It's because I put my plan in place. I wrote my business plan, and I found my strategic partners. So I had 2 strategic partners, our joint venture partnership, and each one we would close $250,000 to $450,000 in sales. So when you look at that, you're like, that's the fastest way to cash. Now they got a rev share, so they made a nice little paycheck for that. So you want to look at, how do you reward those people that support you in building your organization, right? I'm looking for lifelong partners. I'm not looking for someone just to market me. I want to support both sides of the business. So when I bring partners to my consumer, I want to look at what are the area that they can support my client in, and I want to make sure that they have integrity. I want to make sure that they communicate. I want to make sure their product does what they say their product's going to do, because Pam, you know and I know there's a lot of slick marketing out there. So you want to do your due diligence with your partners and make sure that happens.
Wow, that's great. We'll have to talk about collaborating. I'd love that.
Yes. It makes it so much fun, right? When you like, I love my partners. I love the people that we play with.
That's fun. You're based in California, correct?
I am. I'm in sunny San Diego.
Oh, love it.
Today.
Our youngest son is going to San Diego State University. And
Oh, very nice. Great school.
he's coming home tonight, so we are excited about that. I have one last question for you. You have done so much, your books and working with so many great groups of people and helping entrepreneurs. What is still on your bucket list?
Ooh, that's a good one, Pam. Ooh, let's see. So I've got many revenue streams, right? So I've got real estate investment, I've got stocks, I've got traditional investment, I have this business. So really building out our real estate portfolio, again, is part of my bucket list. But in this season, it's all about balance, and it's all about accumulating wealth, right? We're not where I'm doing blood, sweat, and tears. So we're doing a licensing program because our programs produce results. So we're licensing our program to other consultants and trainers, and that's a big project and a big journey, right? I ran John Assaraf's franchise company for a year and a half, 2 years, and helped him do a turnaround situation. So very familiar with the space, but very excited about the new opportunity for myself and for our customers.
Wow, that's great. Love it. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. Can't wait to pick up your book and read all of your valuable content in that, and just want to share, with our viewers where they can reach out to you. And I know you have a lot of upcoming events following you on social media. I'm there. I'm like, there's Susie speaking again. Look at her. She's having a great event. But I know you have one coming up this month, and just let us know what's going on.
Yeah, so you can find me by my name, Susie Carder, C-A-R-D, as in dinero and dollar, E-R. So that's my social handle. That's my website. And so we do have something called Make It Rain coming up, which is a free 5-day summit. And we do that 3 times a year. So plug in, jump on our list. We've got a lot of free resources for you. My goal is just to help you grow your business. My goal is to help you get into the $1 Million Club. Only 1.7% of small businesses get there. Let's do it together and let's make it fun.
I love that. There's so many people that claim to help you make millions. I guess I have one last question. There are so many coaches and so many people that they always approach me and tell me, they can do this and this for my business, but you are definitely the real deal.
Thank you. Blood, sweat, and tears. I'm willing to share the good news and the bad news. And I just want to make it easier, right? There's so many things that I didn't know that I want to support people in taking their business to that next level.
I love that. Well, thanks again, Susie, for being on the show. We'll post this with all of your information. And thanks again for being on the Pam Goodwin Show.
You're welcome. I look forward to serving you. And thank you so much for everything you do, Pam. You're a rock star. I appreciate you.
Thank you.